Meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Director Brewer.
Here.
Meredith Mills. Absent Stephen Hollybush.
Here.
Lisa Vandegraff. Here. Randy Henry is absent. Ellen Holmes.
Here.
Allison Wright.
Here.
There's a quorum present.
All right, thanks. Before we get started, just one housekeeping rule, if you will, silence or mute your phones at this time, please. And for our next item on the agenda, we have RFPs for marketing services. And the way this is going to work is that if you're on the list, you're going to come up and we will ask you questions and concerns. You answer those questions. And at the end of the 7 applicants, we'll narrow it down to 3 applicants. And those 3 applicants will be coming back at a later time and doing a presentation. But today, we will be asking you the questions. At this time, we'll go ahead and start with the first applicant, and that's Pro Media Advertising Agency.
Good evening.
Excuse me, sir, for our minutes, what's your name?
Robert Dodd, D-O-D-D.
I haven't read through all of it, but have you represented a city before?
We have not had a city on our roster as of yet.
That'll work.
We've had probably about everything else but a city.
Well, we might be your first, you never know.
We like the challenge.
Or is there another question?
So I do have a question. So on your references, I see Johnny Blevins.
Yep.
He's the guy we're working with on our water park
Yep.
rebranding.
Yep.
Is he part of this company? Because we talked to him last time about,
No, the company, my business partner Jared Hale and I, we own Promo Media. Johnny's a client of ours.
okay.
We work with him with all of his water parks, including his consulting company in that capacity.
Okay, so y'all been very involved in our
Oh, yeah, yeah. If
water park.
anything you're seeing about Big Dam Water Park, we're coming from our office right now.
Okay.
Sir, what have you done in this area? Have you done?
Well, again, from a city's perspective, a scale of a city in whole, none, to be honest with you. But from a diverse client list of everything from healthcare to finance to automotive to industrials to anything in that nature, we've done them all. Every client that we take on since 2008 is a new client to us. We don't know anything about them. Our job is to learn everything about that client and become part of their business. So, short answer to your question is probably nothing in this area exactly.
How long has your business been formed?
2008.
2008.
And y'all are based out of Tyler?
We are.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And what kind of demand market do you look at going after? I mean, are you, how far out would you do this as far as marketing?
Well, that's really dependent on
What
some
would
of the
your
research.
Who would your audience be? Everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it really is dependent on the audience from the research that we acquire before we
Okay.
start the process.
Okay.
Every client has a different thing.
Okay.
You know, Splash Kingdom as an example, Big Dam as an example, you know, you've got a 50-mile radius basically
Okay.
within those. But some of our financial clients, those things might be 200 or 300 miles. Some of our national clients are literally national. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so
Okay.
we just have to do our research and figure out, you know, where's the best place to reach the people.
Okay.
I'm looking at your team here, like you have a pretty extensive team on hand.
I'm sorry, sir?
I say I'm looking at your team here. It sounds like
Yep.
you have a very extensive team on hand.
We do,
So,
and we're growing. I think we just hired 3 more. Yeah. We've broken up the agency the way we, if I may,
Yes.
Jared and I both spent our entire careers in television. Jared was the VP, General Sales Manager of Fox 4 in Dallas, the KDFW Fox station in Dallas. I spent in the marketing and the operations side of television businesses, television stations, Tyler, Tulsa, Austin, San Antonio. San Antonio, kind of at the corporate level, we had 53 television stations. One of the challenges that we recognized whenever I started this company was agencies could do some things, but couldn't do everything. They had to farm out production, they had to farm out video, they had to farm out web design, graphic design. They were good sales agents, but they had to farm everything out. I built a company. We have in-house production, in-house web development, coding, web development, in-house graphic, in-house media placement, digital and traditional, in-house research, in-house sales, and for lack of better words, we have an in-house call center too, because some of our clients require we set up a call center. So when we take on a client, we take on everything, and we do everything in-house. We don't farm anything out.
Good, that answers my next question. I was gonna ask you, what separates you from the other agencies? Yeah. that answers-
There's agencies that are full service, but a lot of them aren't. We are.
Are there any more questions for?
So as far as like using technology, in the past, we've kind of stuck to website, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
What would be your tactic
Yeah.
as far as like geofencing and promoting events that the city's doing? And
Yep. Yeah. Again, living in the broadcast medium, which is quite possibly, not quite possibly, is the largest marketing platform, television broadcast. It reaches more people, always has. I have watched that industry change dramatically from technology. We were just talking earlier where, back in the good old days, 10 years ago, you'd have a live shot with, it took 3 people to do a live shot. Now you got one person out there with their iPhone. I grew up in that world. I was in the marketing, the operations side of the business. I lived through all of that. What we do is, and the technology is always changing. What we find is that a combination of broadcast, traditional broadcast, and digital, but you have to have all your back ends connected. You got to have all your analytics hooked up. You got to have everything. Because any effort you're doing on the digital, if you can't track it, you can't manage it. So our web team, when we build out websites, we hook up all the analytics. We track everything. Any of our broadcast stuff, we coincide what the invoices have, what we get from them, to any efforts that fruits that it bared. So that's a very big question to answer because the technology is so broad, but we try to harness the best of it to make it work, if that makes sense. It's one of our clients right now, we're working with them on building an app. I don't know if the city has an app, but an app is tremendously helpful because it literally locks them into your products solely and you have full trackability. Most clients don't require an app, but we look at all of the technology out there, all the stuff we're familiar with, we're always learning new stuff, and we figure out how to apply it to each client.
Well, we do appreciate your time.
You
Are
bet.
there any more questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next applicant on the agenda is Cole Jones.
Hello. Hi. I'm here to answer questions for Max. We're
What's your name again, sir?
John Vutek, but I'm here for Max Leffold, the creative lead for Company Jones.
Say that again. What's your name?
My name's John Vutek.
so you're listed as part of the team for Co Jones. So you're the local guy that we can call
Absolutely.
if we need
Absolutely.
something. Okay.
Will you briefly give us an example of some of the things you've done in this area?
Right now, I'm
briefly.
doing Cinco de Mayo, and here's our print ad party like there's no border with our new logo, which is done in Mexican movie art,
It's the same
called
part of
Cinco
it.
TXK. Max has worked for, still does, Dallas Cowboys, Rangers, Mavericks, providing multicultural advertising. We think, if selected, our niche into multicultural advertising is huge to this area. Just the Cinco de Mayo project that we're doing right now, we're data mining, we're getting all kinds of connections to the Mexican community here in town.
So what separates you from other agencies?
Well, like the gentleman spoke before, I saw that, I was part of the advertising scene when it was big production companies doing big projects for big clients. And I did Cuervo. We did the first hard liquor advertising with Cuervo in Miami. And we were the first hard liquor to get approval to the TV stations. Max has worked on Southwest Airlines, travel, hospitality, and everything within hospital systems, healthcare. And having managed Whiskey River Country for 4 years, and being a part of Celebration, being part of Cinco de Mayo, being part of TXK 150, putting all those bands together, and understanding A&P from a managerial of a venue like Whiskey River, I understand A&P very well, and I think that's my part to help Max. Max is just a creative genius. Everything he does is unbelievable. He's won awards for his work with the Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks, Nissan, all national brands. But he is very excited of what he sees, how raw, and he means this in a good way, what an opportunity to grow this community in a multicultural way. He's a professor now at the Moody School of Business. He teaches like 2 classes a semester, but he's the first multicultural professor at SMU.
All right, thank you, sir. Are there any more questions for Mr. Jones?
Yes. Has your, excuse me, has your company worked for a city before?
I have, yes, yes, ma'am. I did RailFest 2016 for this city, so and I've worked with this city for a long time.
With this company?
Not with Max.
Okay.
That's kind of how it's linking up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next applicant on the list, we have sales agency.
Hello.
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 For those of you that I haven't met, I'm Drew Finkbeiner.
And I'm Chris Williams. Nice to meet you.
So, you have been the past 2 years with us, correct?
Yes, we've actually been, I guess it's close to 5 years, 5.5 years.
What, are there any changes that you would be making for this upcoming year if you were chosen for the marketing of tourism?
Well, a couple of the ideas that we had in the proposal, one of the ideas was the idea of a restaurant week, and then we'd also talked about, the idea of, doing it's a educational awareness campaign for those actually in the hospitality industry. So those hoteliers, those restaurants, making sure that folks that are very much in that hospitality industry understand the resources that are available through the A&P and what the A&P does, and trying to support those businesses from day one, even before they're open. And so we've talked before about, can we get a process down when it comes to business licenses. If those are, if those are applied for and given, then can we be notified and can we start kind of from day one? And can we kind of almost start a program that starts helping, again, those folks that are investing in the community from day one, where they see the value of the A&P from the beginning.
Okay. And that's great, but it's tourism.
Right,
I mean, the audience.
sure.
What different, will there be any differences from what you've been doing with tourism, marketing tourism to come to the city?
Yeah, I mean, with the it's kind of been mentioned, that you have to do nowadays with everybody's consumption habits being so different, the way they, take in media. You've got to have a media mix. I think that we've done a good job over the years of doing that. When we started, there was not a presence at all. There wasn't a brand at all. So we were actually very fortunate to be able to come in and kind of help from the beginning to help create an online presence for the A&P, and we've continued, I think, to do a very nice job of staying up with those trends as far as, moving into the streaming and the very things that we're doing. So, for us, and, we're always looking, our media team is always looking, it's been mentioned, we too are a full-service agency, so we have a team of experts, and we definitely have a lot of experience in destination marketing.
Okay.
Are there any more questions?
How many years have you guys represented A&P up until this year?
It's going to be pushing 6.
6 years?
Because it was a kind of a mid-year start the first year, and then 18, I believe, is really the first year that we were able to get out and start doing actual marketing, actual awareness out in the public, running media. The first half of that, the year prior, was kind of to get together those assets and create the creative and the website and that kind of stuff.
If we had to choose you today, what separates you from the other companies? Why should we choose you?
Well, for one, as Drew spoke to, our experience, but also we've done, as you all know, some A&P work, but not only with Texarkana, but with Jacksonville, Bentonville, and Fayetteville. So I would say that as an agency, whether it's the creative element or account services, we're seasoned in this area. And so we're looking forward to ways to capitalize on what we've done over the past few years. So I would say that also gives us an advantage to be able to reassess and see how we can best execute moving forward.
And one of the things that we're excited about is that this is the first time since we've been involved that the commission, is full. Right? You have every seat's full, so you have a lot of different perspectives that, we haven't had. And so, as you know, the A&P doesn't have a full-time staff. It's y'all volunteering your time and, with your direction. And so for us, it's great now to have folks that hopefully we could really engage with. And I know kind of in the past, it's been, in order to kind of keep things efficient, we have our agency or client contact, one person, and that is great. But we would welcome, obviously, to hear from anybody. And as we've said before, we're always willing to make ourselves available to anybody who would like to, if you've got ideas or if you've got things you think we need to be doing better as they're happening. Obviously, the only way that we're going to have a really, continue to have a really great product is having an open line of communication.
All right.
I did have one more question. So in January, you guys always come back for a contract renewal. And this year, you pulled your RFP right before the meeting.
Well,
We didn't have
well,
anybody to consider.
Well, and our apologies for January. I think what happened there is that, probably an overinterpretation of RFP. In our business, that just really means something, right? That is a that's something that when we saw that, because we were prepared to kind of come that day and talk through a kind of a plan. We'd come together like on a marketing plan, media flow chart. That was kind of our understanding of what that was supposed to be. And then when we saw that, obviously just a few hours before the meeting, it was kind of like, oh, wow, this isn't what we've prepared for, and this isn't what they're looking for today. So then it was a thing of like, well, because obviously we don't like to do that, and that's not common, that's not what we are. In retrospect, what I should have done is probably just pick up the phone and call somebody to say, hey, and that, get that clarification. And so I do apologize for that. But we took it, like I said, in our industry, is when we read that, it was like, okay, then we need to respond with a letter and all that. So again, if obviously given the opportunity to continue to work with you in the future, or even have the opportunity to come back and present again, I promise you if there's anything that isn't clear, I'll just pick up the phone or send an email. It's a lesson learned. Yes.
Are there any more questions?
Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, next applicant, Triple D Service.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Shermer. I'm a representative for Triple DS Services. Mr. Denmark had a work obligation come up, so I was asked last minute to come represent him, so here I am.
What does your team look like? Do you have an organizational structure, or is it just?
I'll be honest, I can't answer that question. Like I said, this was last minute for me. He gave me the RFP. I can get with Mr. Denmark and have him get you guys the accurate answers on all that.
Any more questions?
If he were to get the contract or, be given an opportunity to present, would you be a part of his team?
As of right now, no, sir.
Is it a one-man team?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I think he works with other people, but as far as I
Oh,
know, it's
okay.
just him. Yes, ma'am. As far with the Triple DS Services, it's just him. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any more questions?
No.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next applicant, Town Square Media, Texarkana.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Sawyer.
I'm Andy Darby.
All right. Is there any questions for Town Square Media?
How long have you guys been in Texarkana?
We started when I started, it was 1995, but the actual station started, I think, in 92. We've had several ownership changes, acquisitions and all that. We've been Town Square Media probably
Since 2010.
13 years. We're actually in 85 markets across the country.
Sounds like it could be helpful.
Well, it does. It helps when you have sister stations in Shreveport and Lufkin and Tyler and all that. We specialize being in small to medium markets. We're the third largest media company in the country. We have a lot of different divisions, events, websites, of course, our radio, but we're really a digital-first company and have been since 2010. Our president Bill Wilson used to be with AOL.
Y'all are old enough to remember that.
Yes, some of you may remember AOL.
I still have one.
Okay, very good. But I've been with the station since January of '95.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, I think you speak for yourself. I've known you for years.
For a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I just figured, you know, I didn't know if you guys were going to ask about our things with the city. We've done many things through the years, Sparks in the Park, Rail Fest, Mardi Gras. We still do our bridal fair, still do our senior expo. Texarkana's largest indoor garage sale is coming up. Again, of course, we work a lot with Four States Fairgrounds for a lot of the events that are out there, so we stay pretty active.
Okay.
No more
There's-
questions? Come on, bring it on, come
All
on.
right, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next applicant would be Wickle Media. Is there a representative here for Wickle Media?
Are you saying Waco meeting?
Waco?
Waco.
Yeah.
Waco meeting. All right.
Sorry about
That's okay. We
that.
thought it was fly paper, so. Hi, I'm James Bright. I'm the general manager of the Texarkana Gazette.
I'm Taylor King. I'm the agency manager of Flypaper.
So if I may, before you ask any questions, Flypaper, Texarkana Gazette are two separate companies, but Flypaper works directly with the Texarkana Gazette, so is able to leverage a lot of our influence.
All right.
Okay.
Is that how you catch and keep readers?
Yeah, you know, we use it 100%. So, you know, on that side of my life, we do use Flypaper as an acquisition method as far as reaching out to prospective subscribers or people who used to subscribe, and especially a younger audience, which, you know, we're constantly chasing.
So we'll elaborate on your experience here, here in the area, Texarkana area.
Sure. So the Gazette has existed since 1875, so we've been around for a little while. Obviously, on the newspaper side, we have a lot of owned and operated marketing endeavors, including our website, precision targeting on one-offs or events, podcasts, and email blasts. Now, regarding Flypaper, what you'd be looking at is a more campaign-based approach, looking at annual spend broken up into quarters or monthly, however the city would want to do it. And we could do events, we could do just generalized marketing, we could do geofencing, we could do email blasts that are directed at citizens within Texarkana, Arkansas, or in surrounding areas. Say if you wanted to draw somebody from Murfreesboro or Arkadelphia, bring them down 30 and bring them into Texarkana, we could do that without a problem. You'd be looking at a diverse array of marketing initiatives on the digital space.
So what's your company doing that other companies not doing?
Well, what our company does is very much a surgical approach. And we look at what the client wants, what the client needs based on a campaign basis. So it's not a one-off and say, okay, you're looking to do this, you're looking to try and attract this sort of customer, or in this situation, a citizen or attendee, and then we tailor the content and tailor the approach as such. And the combination, I think, is what makes us truly unique. So when you're looking at doing something, you obviously have the subscribers of the Gazette, which you can leverage, but you have people who don't subscribe to the Gazette, which unfortunately there are plenty of, that you can also reach.
All right. Are there any more questions for Waco?
Waco Media. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good umbrella. It catches both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, last applicant we have for All Brand Kind.
I'm Danny Hamblett. I'm Tracy Pittman.
You say Danny?
Danny.
Can we call y'all Fab for short? Okay.
Yes, sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done recently or anything, or?
Sure. So we have done, I know you guys are probably going to ask maybe about civic work. For the city of Texarkana, Texas, we did do the branding for the sesquicentennial. We also, we're working right now with the chamber and the cities on celebrations. We did all the branding around the eclipse. What else have we done lately? Humble Troll. Yeah. We just recently worked with Mission Texarkana. They had been making their own coffee, roasting their own coffee and selling it, but they didn't have a brand for it. So they came to us and said, hey, we want this to be more merchandisable, more attractive on the shelves. So we just did a brand for them, and some of that work is in our packet.
All right. Well, you was established in 2015, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So to that date to now, what separates you from other agencies?
What do you think separates us? I think we all know that this is a geographically unique city, and so being local and kind of having a pulse on what's going on and the relationship between Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas, I think is important to this role, so that is something that we do have. I think Andy stole my line, that we are digital first, so we started off doing social media, doing websites and things like that, and we've kind of grown to where we provide print assets or whatever else our clients need, but our native is going to be digital. So geofencing, things like that are things that we are comfortable with.
Sounds good, thanks. Any more questions?
No.
That's it?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so at this time, we're going to select 3 agencies to come back and do a full presentation.
Do we need to just say our top 3 and see who the top 3 of everybody is?
Yes, and if you will, Tara, will you help us keep the tally?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I don't think I want to do the tally myself. I might mess that up, so. So let's start here on the east wing over here, west wing over here. And,
Left or right?
yeah,
Can I do a top 2?
That's fine.
Okay. I want to do Promo Media and Co. Jones are the 2 that I'd like to hear more from.
did you just do 2?
I did.
Oh. Well,
Did I mess you up?
can you get one more? So we have 3. Just,
Can I do a third if there's a tie?
we would like to, it's 7. We'd like to at least have 3 to come back and present.
I mean, we can have 3 come back and present, but those are the 2 I want to hear from. I'll do For All Brainkind. Is my third.
All right, Dr.
Wow. C.O. Jones. Town Square Media. And sales.
All right, Henry?
Co. Jones. For All Brand Kind. And Town Square Media.
I'm going to do Promo Media.
Hold on just a second.
Oh,
Okay.
Promo Media, Wetco Media, Weco, Fly Paper.
We call.
And For All Brainkind.
I would like to hear more from Co. Jones. Town Square Media, and For All Brandkind.
And for myself, we'll go Co Jones, Waco, and For All Brandkind. I have an alibi. I need to scratch Co Jones, and I'm going to add in sales agency.
I am an accountant, but I promise you, I count slow. Okay, so the three that the A&P Commission will be hearing from are Co Jones, For All Brandkind, and Town Square Media.
Say that again.
Co Jones, For All Brandkind, and Town Square Media.
All right, well, those three agencies, we will be in touch with you on a date to come back and do a presentation.
Hold on,
Oh, stand by.
pause.
I think that's right. I got the same numbers.
Okay, yep. I left out one, but it was in the top three, so Co Jones, For All Brandkind, and Town Square Media. Mhm.
My selection didn't work out, but it's majority.
Yes, sir, and we will, do you all want to go ahead and schedule that meeting, presentation meeting now?
Yes, please, if the rest of the council don't mind.
Because that way we have a, typically you all meet Wednesdays at 4:30. Do you want to push this out 2 weeks?
Does that give y'all enough time to?
March 20th is not going to be a good time. The 27th?
27. Yeah, I think I'm good on the 27th.
Okay. So we need a motion to hear a presentation from Co Jones, For All Brandkind, and Town Square Media on March the 27th at 4:30.
I make a motion, we hear presentations from Co Jones, Town Square Media, and For All Brandkind on March 27th at 4:30.
I'll second.
There's been motion and second. All right, it's been motion and second. Is there any unreadiness? Are there any conversation? If not, roll call, please.
Brewer,
Yes.
Holly Bush,
Yes.
Vandegraff. Here. Henry,
Here.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just clarify for Henry and Vandegraff.
Yes.
Is it here or yes?
Yes.
Oh, see.
It's here.
Is it here?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I ask
Well,
because
it's-
sometimes when they say here, they're abstaining.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, there's a difference, so.
Okay. Okay, so 6-0.
All right, so the next, on the 27th, what the motion is passed and approved,
The 27th at 4:30.
27, 4:30. All right, next item on the agenda would be the celebration concert.
I'm Adam Dalby with the Parks Department. Do they need to vote on hearing it, or?
Yes, so because he is considered a late applicant, per our bylaws, y'all have to vote on it, even hearing why he's late, and it has to be unanimous, and then you have to vote on actually hearing this request, and that has to be a unanimous vote as well.
All right, you all have heard the instructions. We've been down this road before. At this time, we will have to vote to hear his appeal. So is there,
Motion.
Second.
okay, it's been motion and second. Is there any discussion?
Excuse me.
Okay, roll call, please.
Brewer,
Yes.
Holly Bush,
Yes.
Vandergraff,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
The motion carries 6-0.
All right, at this time, Mr. Darby will.
Okay, so the reason it's late is because we didn't have anything originally planned during the budget meetings for A&P in October. So that's the reason why it's a late applicant. We just didn't have it planned, so we planned it after the fact.
All right, so,
May I have a motion to actually hear this request?
all right,
Make a motion.
I
Let's hear
second.
it. Let's hear what he's got.
all right, it's been motion and second. Is there any discussion? All right,
Brewer,
yes.
Holly Bush,
Yes.
Vandergraff,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
The motion carries 6-0.
Here's the budget for, this will be Sunday, April the 7th, the day before the celebration. We wanted to offer a concert because there wasn't a whole lot going on during that weekend. So we wanted to have something for the people coming into town, have something for them to do while they were here. Front Street Festival Plaza is a prime place to do it. We can hold a lot of people. This concert is, the headliner is Sunset Sinners. You've got the budget in front of you. For the bands, the total was $7,300, security $1,500, production $3,200, radio advertisement $500 for a total of $12,500. Tickets are set at $25 a piece. Sunset Sinners, they're out of Kansas and they've got a huge following. And talking to them, they've got a lot of people that are wanting to come down from Kansas to see the Eclipse and to see the Sinners in town as well. So we look for it to be a huge weekend for the city and for Front Street Festival Plaza as well.
Okay, good deal. In the future, will we have more, I guess, foresight for the planning?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because, so it's not,
Yeah. So, and all of the funds, all of the profit from this concert, all of it goes right back into Front Street Festival Plaza as well.
all right.
And where'd you say Sunset Center's from?
Kansas.
Kansas. And they have a big following?
Yes.
And what do we call big? What, I know it's hard to
They've got a
quantify
big
that.
regional following in the Kansas area. They just signed a national deal with Whiskey Myers as well, so they'll start traveling with them in the near future. They've started to re-record all of their music as well with Whiskey Myers.
All right.
The 12.5 is the total budget for the whole
Yes.
project, right?
Yes,
Are you asking A&P for the entire amount?
yes.
Do you have any other sponsors or have you ever?
We're working on sponsors right now as well.
Okay, so if you secure other sponsors, does this amount go down or do you do more marketing?
We can do more marketing with it.
All right, are there any more questions?
Is there any, I know we're doing stuff all over town that weekend. Is there anything else that the chamber is doing as part of their celebration committee on Sunday night?
No, the chamber's not doing anything else other than the Monday event. Friday, of course, kicks off the fair. Silver Moon Theater's doing a little shop of horrors. Saturday, the Texarkana Symphony Orchestra is presenting Dark Side of the Moon. Silver Moon is also doing a little shop of horrors on Saturday. Sunday is the Center's concert, and then Monday is Emerald City Band and Kinfo, which will be on State Line. And that's the Celebration Committee's job.
So we're not competing with other events?
No.
Okay, good deal.
And then there's a concert on Friday night at Cross Ties as well, so.
All right, you all heard his appeal. Is there a motion on the floor for a dollar amount that we want to approve?
So I need a motion? Or what do we do?
You can motion for that amount or more or less.
Right.
I motion to give the 12,500 for this.
So,
Is there a second?
And in your motion, I was waiting on the amount to come out, sorry, but your motion needs to be that you want to amend the 2024 budget
Yes.
to include the allocation of 12,500.
I'd say all of that.
Or you can just say, I want to make that motion.
Just say, we got it recorded.
I've got it down.
We got it recorded, yes. All right, she's made the motion with the amendment. Is there a second? I think we got a second on the floor. All right, is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, roll call, please.
Brewer,
Yes.
Holly Bush,
yes.
Vandergraff,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
The motion carries 6-0.
All right, the motion is final. And at this time, and the motion carries. At this time, the next item that's on the agenda is there a motion for adjournment?
I don't want to make all the motions.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Brewer,
Yes.
Holly Bush,
Yes.
Vandergraff,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
The motion carries 6-0.
All right, meeting adjourned. Time now.